Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Q for You podcast. It's me, your girl, Mia, aka Mia Fran here on YouTube, one of your hosts, and I'm joined by...
Me, Chantal, or Marshmallow Love on my YouTube channel. We're back, man.
We
After a
are...
long time.
I mean, it's not gonna be a long time to you guys, because I'm pretty sure this episode's gonna probably come out like a week after the previous one.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's time for the April pick. So, Chantal, it's your turn to pick. So, what have you chosen for us to talk about today?
I chose Idolish7, the first season, and the vibrato episodes just to celebrate the second season, but then we got the bad news of it being postponed, so yeah.
Till who knows when.
Yeah, because right now they did say that they don't know when it will be back.
They postponed a lot of stuff with Idolish7. There were supposed to be like CDs coming out and like I think new music videos, and they postponed those too. I mean, we still have these episodes though, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than nothing. So yeah, we watched season 1 of Idolish7, and we also watched the vibrato episodes because they're now free on YouTube. You can watch them without getting a stupid YouTube premium subscription. Because who the fuck wants that? I was so pissed when I found out it was like you can only watch it with a premium subscription. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like,
I know. I was like,
who the hell buys a premium subscription for YouTube to watch like all the other original bullshit on YouTube? Not me.
I already got too many subscriptions, man.
Yeah, I already have like legit subscriptions. I don't need a bullshit one for fucking YouTube. Like, just give me my shit. Give me my Idolish7 content.
Took them a year, right? It's been a year.
Yeah, it's been like about a year since like vibrato came out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, everybody else was like caught up that did get premium and binged everything. But I honestly was just gonna be like, you know what? If I don't see them, that's fine, whatever. Because I didn't feel like they were that important to the story, but they kind of are. So I am glad that I watched them and that I was able to watch them.
All right, I guess let's just talk about the story of Idolish7, man.
All right, so Idolish7. Tell me in the comments if you've heard this story before. So, this story sounds familiar to you. So, we have a group of 7 boys who are brought together to create a new idol group. And they have a female manager. And, basically, it's just, like, the whole first season is just them, like, trying to come together as a group and the, like, ups and downs that come with being an idol group trying to debut for the first time. That's basically Idolish7. I mean, it sounds very familiar because it's like every other like male idol series. Obviously, like they're all gonna have like the same origin story. Like, oh, we're a group of however many guys coming together and making a group, and our manager is most likely female.
So the girl's not a manager, she's like some random bullshit.
She's a composer, like an Utsubri. But yeah, well, I mean, because I feel like a lot of the male idol games are always, or shows are always based off of like the games. Yeah. They're always games first, and then they become anime. Because you have Utsubri, you've got Idolish7, you got B Project, Ensemble Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every male idol franchise is just always... It's like the female idol franchises too, because it's like they're always games first and then they become anime. So it's just Idolish7's turn. Now, their name is just Idolish7, which I'm like, it's an alright name. Because at least with, like, Utsubri, like, it's called Uta no Prince-sama, but, like, the groups, like, have, like, legit names.
Yeah, it's not like in the title, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's not like Utsubri is, like, the title, as the title is also, like, the group name.
Can you imagine if their group name was actually
Utsubri? It was if Starish's group was called Utsubri. Yeah, I probably would not. I wouldn't be into it as much, honestly. So I'm glad that they're like in Utsubri, like it's Starish because it's their like initials. But with Idolish7, it's just like that's a cool name, and there's 7 of us.
They're idols, and they're 7.
They're idol-ish. They always have to. It always has to have like ish, Starish, Idolish7. I'm sure there's an Ensemble Stars group with the word ish in it. I just can't name one because there's like 500 groups in that series. And I know a lot of people draw comparisons to Utapri just because like there's seven of them. Like there's seven boys in Starish and there's seven boys in Idolish 7, and they're all represented by colors.
Yeah, because usually like Utapri's usually, not always, is like the first one that everybody like watches as like their
Yeah,
first idol.
yeah. Male idol series because
Mm-hmm.
Utapri's like the like Godfather, like OG.
For
I
sure.
feel like,
Mm-hmm.
which is also why I feel like it's our favorite. Like we love it so much. But I think Idolish 7 is probably like second top tier for me.
Like whenever Idolish 7 was announced, like the anime, I was like, I don't think I can like watch it just because like I was so biased with Utapri. There was like, there's nothing better than Utapri. Like, there's no way
Yeah,
that this can
yeah, no, me
be.
too. When I saw it, I was like, that looks a lot like Utapri. But I put it in my queue anyway, and then I didn't watch it when it first premiered. I waited like, I don't know, probably a month or two after it like finished to actually sit down and watch it. Just because at that point I was like, it's like it looks too much like Utapri, and then I saw a lot of people comparing it, which don't do that by the way, guys. Don't compare both of them. Yes, they're similar in terms of like the colors, shit. Except Idolish 7 doesn't have pink. Like Utapri has pink, like for show. The pink one in this show is 10, but he ain't even in the Idolish 7 group, so it doesn't count.
But yeah, like that's the only reason why I never watched it because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna like this.
It's too much like Utapri.
Like I was being really stubborn. I was like, there's just no
Yeah.
way. And
See, and
especially because like a lot of the idol ones just don't do it for me. Like the other male ones, they're just yeah, they're like enjoyable and they're fun to watch, but I'm like, it could be better.
yeah, like it's because I always compare it to like I didn't have as much fun watching this show as I did with like with Ensemble
Utapri.
Stars.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I got so bored. I was like, I would
Hmm.
rather be watching Utapri right now for the 500th time. But I was very happy when I first watched Idolish 7 because I was like, okay, no, like I really did really enjoy it. Like it's not like god tier like how I put Utapri as, but it's like one level below, which I think is pretty darn good. I really love this series. I think it's great. I wish the game had an English version because I would totally play it.
Me too. I mean, based on everything that's happening with it, it sounds like maybe they might be prepping for an English version, but I don't know. Like that's just up in limbo. Just because now you can get in trouble for doing translations.
And it's like, well, why would they do that unless they want to put out official
Yeah.
translations?
So hopefully we do. I mean, I don't have the phone storage for it, but like
Me too. I have too many games on my phone already, but I could get rid of something I don't play. But yeah, until Idolish 7 gets localized in its own English server, probably won't be playing it. I'll just stick with watching the show and enjoying all the songs on Spotify because you can listen to all the Idolish 7, Rivale, and Trigger songs, Mezzo songs too on Spotify for free.
and Zool, which is a
And
group that
which is
hasn't
another
been,
group that has not shown up in the anime.
mhm, which probably won't show up until like who knows when.
Yeah, probably like season 500. So yeah, the story for Idolish 7 is we got a ragtag group of seven boys who all want to be idols, and they get put together in one group called Idolish 7. So you have all the tropes with the boys here. So you've got Riku, whose color is red. He's like I feel like every idol boy whose color is red is always like the same kind of like personality. They're always like really like positive and happy all the time, and they're just always like, yeah, let's just do a good job, guys, like we can do it. That's Riku.
That's
He's
your typical sunshine boy.
Yes, typical sunshine boy. He is the sunshine boy of the group, and I love him. He's great.
Me too.
He's a little cutie. He's fucking adorable.
And then he's voiced by one of my faves, which is Ono Kensho. I love him. Which, if you guys don't know, he voices Kuroko from Kuroko no Basket, and that's why I love him. As soon as I heard that Ono Kensho was in this, I was like, why the fuck did none of you bitches tell me that Ono Kensho was like the main person for this? I would have watched this like 2 years ago, and I actually watched this last year, by the way. So I was like very late to the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, until someone told me, "Hey, like Ono Kensho's in this," I was like, "What?" That's all you had to say, man.
And then you have Iori, who's like the like no nonsense, like broody kind of character. He's like really quiet. He's like the organized one. He's the one who's always like telling everybody to like cut their shit.
He's my personal fave
He's
out of like
Chantal's.
Idolish 7 group. He's just so well put together. On top of that, that he's just like in high school. I was like, damn, you got your shit
Yeah.
together. At your age, I had like none of my shit together. If anything, I was like Tamaki when it came to school.
so yeah, Iori, his color is like the dark blue color.
And he likes cute things, even though he
Yeah.
doesn't want to admit it.
Yes, he's one of those characters that's like, I don't like cute stuff, but he secretly does. He
It's
has
he's
cute
so
he
cute.
has cute keychains secretly.
Yeah, because I think there was like one episode where I think Tamaki had like this cute little keychain. He's just like, "Oh, that was like a prize for like one of my snacks or something like that." I can't remember how that went down, but he had like this cute keychain, and Iori was like, "Well, I guess if you don't want it, I'll just take it." And I'm like, "Dude, just admit that you like the cute stuff."
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with liking cute things.
He's like, "I'm just gonna like recycle it so it doesn't go to waste." I'm like, "Oh boy, whatever."
No.
He's got his little secret stash somewhere.
If there's anything we learned from last month's pick, is don't be ashamed of what you like. So don't be ashamed, Iori. And then you have, well, you already mentioned him, Tamaki, who is my favorite out of Idolish 7. He's played by Ken. I love Ken. Anything that Ken is into, I will watch it because I really like his voice. I love his voice for Tamaki because Tamaki's like, he's a super like total sweetheart. He's like super nice guy. He's just really fucking lazy, which I like. That's like I feel that on like a deep seated level. He's super lazy. He doesn't like going to school. But he cares about everybody. Like he's really observant. Like he actually really listens to what everybody has to say, even when it sounds like he's not listening. And that really showed in the vibrato episodes, actually. And he's obsessed with King Pudding, which is like a pudding mascot.
And
Like
food.
and food. Like he's always eating it, and then he has a bunch of merch for it. It's like the cutest thing. He's also in high school, so don't lust after him or Iori because they are minors. They're children. They're still in high school. So until they're 18 years old, they'll just be our sweet children.
They're sweet baby
Our
boys.
sweet babies for the time being. But Tamaki is my favorite. I love him so much. He's a good guy. He's very sweet. And he's basically doing all of this like being an idol stuff to find his sister, which is really fucking sweet and adorable. But he's super fucking lazy. I don't know why he's my favorite. He just is. I feel like I would be like super BFFs because we're both really lazy. Because I hate doing things and I hated going to school.
But they're the only ones that are in high school.
Yeah, Iori and Tamaki, and they go to the same high school and they're in the same class,
which is kind of
which is like
funny.
really
I
funny.
didn't think they were in the same class until you see it in the vibrato episode. I was
Yeah,
like,
because they're
oh.
like, because you know they go to the same school and then it's like, like I forget who it was, probably Mitsuki, who's like, you guys are in the same class, and I was like, how the fuck are they in the same class?
I know, because Yuri is like the super smart and like tidy one, and then you have Tamaki, who I don't even know how he makes it through high school, honestly.
I don't either. I'm like, how are you still like? How has he not failed yet?
I guess he probably puts in the effort last minute.
Probably. Because even Sogo at one point is like, if he's late, like, if he's late too many times, like, he's gonna, like, fail. Speaking of, so the other half of Mezzo. So in Idolish 7, there's, like, a group within Idolish 7. It's called Mezzo. And that is, Tamaki and Sogo. So Sogo, his color is purple. He's kind of scary.
Like if you push his buttons enough, he will cut a bitch.
Yeah, he'll like fucking kill you. He'll stab you. He will find a knife and like shank you probably. But he's also like rich, but he doesn't want anybody to know that he's rich. So he kind of like keeps that a secret.
Yeah, he keeps his whole family stuff a secret, which we do like see it in season 1, but not really.
Yeah.
It,
Like
briefly touches on it.
it's just kind of revealed like, oh, like yeah, that group or whatever, yeah, that's like my family, but we're not gonna talk about it. And then that's all they say.
But Sogo is just pretty much like Iori. He's just like super more like quiet and like keeps to himself and just does what needs to be done.
He kind of shares like the mom friend role between, it's like between like him, Iori, and Mitsuki. Like they're the ones that like do all the cooking and shit for everybody else. They like take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
But Sogo also likes to get drunk as fuck.
Yeah, which is kind of hilarious.
Which is hilarious. But him and Tamaki debut together as a duo called Mezzo. They're in Idolish 7, but but they're also in mezzo.
Oh, another thing that Sogo likes is spicy stuff. Like this
Oh yeah,
dude will
like
drown his crap in like
hot sauce.
yeah. When I was looking for gifs for like our Twitter, that one scene where he's like drowning his pizza in hot sauce, and you see like I think it was Yamato and Iori were like, "What the fuck?" as he's like dumping all that shit in his
Yeah, they're
pizza.
yeah. Every time, like, because even in the vibrato episodes,
He's just like dumping
they're
so much
like,
hot
it's like
sauce.
so much shit, and they're like, oh my god, like, whose food is this? And it's all red. It's like, oh, that's Sogo's because it just has hot sauce in it.
Loves his spicy stuff,
He
man.
does. He loves his spicy stuff. And then the other mom member of the group is Mitsuki, who's actually Iori's older brother, even though he's shorter than Iori. But Mitsuki's color is orange, and he is the member of the group that's like he's tried a bunch of times to like be an idol, but it just like hasn't worked out for him because people think he's really like mediocre and stuff. Like he doesn't like stand out.
He
Is
just
what
has
they
like
yeah.
this energy that he puts out, but that's about it. That's
Yeah.
basically what they say. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, like they don't say like they really like just say like, well, you don't really stand out too much. He's just like kind of there. He's like the character, the one that's just like there, I guess.
He's your cute boy, though.
But he is very cute. He's a good guy. He
Yeah,
makes their food all the time. He makes the like lunches for like Tamaki and Iori when they go to school, and he always like makes breakfast for everyone. So he's a good participating member of the group.
he's always got to keeping Nagi in check too with this.
Oh yes. Speaking of Nagi, then we have Nagi, who's the yellow color of the group. He is a fucking weeaboo, like to the max.
He loves his Kokona,
He
man.
loves his magical kokona. Magical kokona. He talks funny because he's not actually Japanese, and he speaks like 8 languages.
Hmm.
Because he's from some fucking country that doesn't exist in Europe. Because every idol show has to have a foreigner. But he's in the group, and he's obsessed with this one show called Magical Kokona. He always puts in like random English things and says random stuff in English all the time.
Even the way that he pronounces
Yeah,
it.
and he says everybody's name all weird.
It's cute, though. That's
It's really cute. It says Yamato, Mitsuki, Iori.
He's so cute,
He's super
man.
cute. I love Nagi. Nagi's probably like my third favorite out of Idolish 7. Because I think my top 3 is like Tamaki, Riku, and then Nagi.
Yeah, he's definitely a third favorite for mine too. He's just such a fun character.
He's super
Like
fun. I love him.
anytime he's on screen, it's always just like chaos.
Yeah. He's the best.
Like Nagi is just so full of energy. He's like not afraid to put himself out there, and he's like the handsome one in
Yeah,
the group.
yeah, everybody's always like, wow, you're like super handsome. Like they're all kind of like taken by like how pretty he is, which he uses to his advantage. Cause he's the foreigner, he's like the foreign gentleman kind of like guy. So he can kind of like get people's attention a little bit more cause he's, he stands out. He's like blonde and has blue eyes and like, he can also like kick your ass too.
What you see in the vibrato
Yeah, what you see in the vibrato episodes, you're like, what the
episode.
fuck?
Oh man, that was great.
That was super funny. That was really funny. And then to round out the group, we have Yamato, who is the oldest member of the group because he's like 20 something. Is he like 24 or some shit like that?
I cannot
I
remember.
can't remember. He doesn't look old. He's also the one with the glasses because you always have to have a boy with glasses in your group.
Yeah, somewhere on there.
Somewhere in there. And his color is green. He's like the very secretive character because we don't know too much about him. Like there's all these like secrets that go on about him, but like he never addresses them.
He just kind of like avoids everything.
He makes comments about certain things, but then like never explains them, even when somebody asks, and he like
What's
it will not reveal why. Like he doesn't really say why he wants to be an idol. He's just like
It's just like I'm gonna do it for revenge, but then he's like, just kidding. And I'm like,
I actually
are
wasn't
you
doing it for
really though?
revenge. It's like, yeah, but then why would you say that in the first place if you didn't actually mean it? And we still have not been told what that reason is.
Hmm.
So, yeah. But he's also like the actor of the group, so he's like the one that's really good at acting. So he's always starring in like the dramas and stuff. Which
He
again,
is.
he uses his acting skills in one of the vibrato episodes.
That was
That
hilarious.
was really funny.
But yeah, that's the group for
So
Idolish 7, just to
that's the
like give you
main
guys.
group. Give you guys their personalities and stuff, see what you're working with. And the other group we're introduced to in season 1 is Trigger or Toriga. The way they say the names too, I'm just like, they sound better in Japanese than when you say it in English. Like trigger does not sound as good as toriga.
Yeah, the way they say it is like, oh
Toriga,
man,
toriga,
Triga. Like, what the fuck?
toriga, and Idolish7 instead of Idolish7. Like,
Yeah,
see, when you just say it in English, doesn't sound as cool. But you have toriga. They're an already like established like group of idols. They're a three some uh group. So you have Rinosuke, who's like the tall, like he's like the sexy one. Everybody thinks is sexy. He's in like all the ads for shit like shampoo, beer,
he's in the sexy ads.
condoms. Probably I don't know. He probably has ads for probably an ad for everything. But
They use it for like
use it for
everything.
everything. He's always shirtless in his commercials, and he's always saying like really like provocative stuff, or he's always like on top of some girl, or he's like in the shower with her or some shit, and it's always like, oh my god, like what is this a commercial for?
This poor boy. He's just like,
It's,
I'm not like this
yeah,
in
but he's
real
like,
life.
but he's really not like that. He's not like the sexy one. And whenever you see him, like, there's always like a girl there, like, hey, like, there's always some girl always just like hanging off of him, telling him like, hey, let's go back to my room and let's like go fuck. Like basically that's what all these girls are always
Yeah,
telling him like
it's
hey,
so
are you busy?
funny.
Are you busy right now? Let's go have sex right now. And he's always like, sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. I can't really leave. Who the
Like, they're
hell?
really thirsty for the
I
poor
know, I'm
boy.
like, poor guy. Like he's just like
And he's just a sweet, innocent boy
he's
because
just
he's just like,
he's always like really like embarrassed and shy when he like sees the ads and stuff. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that.
but he's a good boy.
He
He loves
is.
his family. And
He
he
is.
loves his little members of Trigger.
Yes, I like him a lot. He's not my favorite though. He's probably really close to like second favorite. And then you have Kujo Ten, who is the center of Trigger, and he's a little bitch. I don't like him. He's really annoying.
He's a little too mean
He's
for
such an
me.
asshole. Like I don't understand. Like even at this point, like in season 2, he's still being a fucking asshole. I'm like, why? What's the point?
Like, he has like his moments where you're like, oh, he's not that much of a bad guy, but then like he switches it up and it's just like, oh yeah, that's why you're not my favorite.
Like he's just such a dick. Like I don't get it.
He's more of like someone that doesn't really care. He gives no fucks. He'll just say it how it is.
But he mostly does that to Riku because, spoilers, they're twins. I mean, you can tell when they stand next to each other, it's like, oh, obviously, like, they're twins, whatever.
I mean, their hair is just flipped.
Yeah, it's flipped and it's, like, a slightly different color. Almost like Seven and Sedan and Mystic Messenger, like, the same hair colors.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not gonna be able to get that in my head now.
You're welcome. But yeah, so and like 10 went off and became an idol. Like he left home and like, a long time ago
He
before
abandoned
Riku.
his family.
Yeah, he basically abandoned his family. He like deserted his name, which is why him and Riku don't have the same like surname. Like there's moments where he does care about Riku, obviously, like he still cares about him, but he doesn't really show it too often. Like he'll always tell him like still like don't call me your brother like in public.
He's just kind of harsh.
Yeah, he's very harsh with Riku, and I guess it's because, like, I feel like Ten still feels like, if like Riku gets in trouble, he's gonna still have to like take care of it. When like it's like obviously that's not the case. You guys aren't even in the same group any like at all, or the same agency. Like you don't have to do anything.
Oh man, their relationship is very complicated.
It's very complicated. And, like, I just hope he stops being such an asshole. He's just so mean. Like I can't stand him. Every time he's on screen and Riku's always like trying to be nice to him and stuff, he's always got to be like a jerk about something. Yeah, so I mean, it's cool if you like 10 whatever, but I think he's an asshole.
Y'all probably understand him way better than we do, because right
Probably.
now we just
Yeah, right now he's still like
mm,
an ass and I don't care for him. Even after watching the vibrato episodes, I still don't care for him that much. And then we have our third, last but not least, final member of Trigger, our favorite. Both Chantal and I love this character. He's our favorite.
mhm.
That is Gaku Yaotome. Ugh, he's like, I mean, Ryunosuke's like the sexy one, but I feel like Gaku's like the sexier one.
He
TBH.
is.
They call him like the perfect flawless one. He's just like a good guy. He's very handsome. He's good at dancing and singing. Also, he's like the president's son. So whatever, but whatever. He's not like his dad. Also, he is the soba guy. Don't be fooled. I know the soba guy is always like, I'm not Gaku Yaotome, we just look similar. No, it's him. Because you find out in the vibrato episodes that he says, "Oh well, I help out my grandpa on my mom's side at his restaurant."
I guess he just doesn't want anyone to know
Yeah,
that.
so that's why whenever he like delivers soba and stuff, he's always like, "Oh no, I'm not him. It's just I just look like him." But he has an interesting relationship with Sumugi, she's the manager for Idolish7. Him and Sumugi got some flirting going on. I don't know, but I ship them.
I ship them too. They're really
They're
cute.
super cute. He's always like really happy to see her whenever they see each other, and he's always like really interested in what she has to do or say, and he notices when she changes things about herself.
They're so
So
cute.
that means he's interested. So yeah, those are the groups you're introduced to in the first season and the vibrato episodes. Well, you see Rivale in one vibrato episode, but
It's not until season 2.
we're still learning about them anyway, so we're not going to talk about Rivale. We
Sorry.
love them, by the way, though, if you were wanting to know. And then who else? Well, we have Sumugi. Like I said, she's the one who's the manager for Idolish7. She kind of like is the one like making sure they're doing their jobs, and like she's the one who gets them gigs and stuff, and like tries to make sure everything's perfect, so that way like they come out looking good.
Yeah, she does everything for Idolish7. She's kind of like the glue that keeps them together.
Yeah.
She's constantly worrying about the boys and like is always constantly thinking of like the best for them. And she's the one that notices their qualities and their charms and what makes them them.
She knows what works for everybody and what they can bring to the table, which is why she fights for them to become a group and she fights for them to debut. Because her dad is the president of the agency. And her dad is a weird guy. What is it with like these agency presidents always being fucking weird?
He's a good dude, man.
If
I mean,
they're
he's not like completely out there like fucking Saltame
Satsuma from
from
It's Free. Yeah, no, Shining Satsuma is like a whole other level of crazy.
coming down from helicopters, like flying down buildings, and
Doing flips and a bunch of other shit. Whereas Samugi's dad is always just like
he's more like a
he's
playful,
he's
good
more
dad.
chill.
Mm-hmm.
And he cares about his daughter a lot. So, you know, if any of the boys make any comments towards her or anything, he's always like, "What was that? I'm sorry." And then we also have Banri. He's like the assistant to like the president. He kind of like mentors like Smoogie a little bit too, but he got some secrets as well. Like he knows more about the idol world than I think he lets on in terms of like who he knows. Yeah, those are like the main players in terms of all the characters. And in regards to the story, well, again, it's the journey of the Idolish 7 group just becoming like a group and debuting. Well, I guess like this reminds me of Idol. It's kind of like how like Carol and Tuesday was kind of like that too,
Yeah,
where
where
it's
they
like
show you like the struggles of
yeah,
debuting and
yeah,
how like it's not that easy.
yeah, and like how you have to like do a bunch of different things just to like get recognized,
Then you can debut.
becoming like actual artists and then debuting like for real, and then but like also debuting also means you have to like win a bunch of awards and stuff. So much like Utapri, where they had to win like the like Utapri award in season 2, in Idolish 7 they have the Jaima award. I don't I feel weird saying Jaima. um but it is this award that they have to win. It's like a new artist award. So then
Yeah.
they will be like fully recognized as a group.
Yeah, it's basically like the fucking I guess like the Grammys and like the stupid music MTV awards and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's
That's
all
basically what it is.
like those bullshit award shows that we
Mhm.
actually have.
Pretty much.
But that's their goal. They have to win that award to basically be fully recognized as like a full-fledged idol group. Unlike a lot of other idol shows, I feel like Idolish 7 really shows you like the like massive I guess Carol and Tuesdays, like I said, is also like very comparable to it in terms of like the real life struggles,
Hmm.
because not everything goes the way that they want it to.
We see them struggle a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like from point A to point B, they like take a bunch of detours. And they do mention that in Idolish 7 how, it was pretty easy for Trigger because, they got all that money. Then you got Gaku's dad who has like this gigantic business and he knows how to work things and he has all this connections, so it was easy for them to debut
Yeah.
because he got the monies. And then you have someone like Idolish 7 where they don't got the money, they don't got the connections, they gotta work their way through the top. And you kind of see them struggle, and you just can't help but root for them, as Sumugi says.
Yeah, because I mean, they're a really good example is when they put on like their first concert and there's like nobody there.
Only 9 people.
There's like nine people, and like like they show you the struggle of them like passing out all these flyers. It's like all these people like trying to get their attention. Like, hey, we're gonna like put on a like there's gonna be a concert, blah blah blah, and only nine fucking people show up.
Yeah, Sumugi's the one that set up the whole concert. And, she does say that she was a little bit naive into thinking that, there was going to be a bunch of people showing up to this. She thought it was going to be like really easy, but you can tell that her dad was like, "Oh, I don't know about this," but he didn't like say anything. He just like let her do it on her own so she could learn a lesson,
Yeah,
which I think is kind of nice. Like he could have easily just been like, "Hey, like no, that's not like what's going to really happen. This is like reality."
yeah.
But she kind of has to experience it herself, especially because she is the one managing Idolish 7, so she's got to go through those struggles too
Yeah,
and figure those
she
things
has
out.
to like she has to learn how to be a manager by like having these failures happen. Like it's like real life when you first start like a new job or like you start school or anything, like it's not going to like go smoothly every single time. Like you have to kind of fail or not do so well in something to like overcome it and like, okay, well I know not to do that again. Like I know not to do it that way again. You just have to try and figure out a different way to get it done successly.
Yeah, and she gained some experience through all this. Like after that whole concert thing, they do like their what's it called? The street performances. That way they can get more people's attention that way. And I was like, "Oh, that's smart." And that is actually Iori's idea. Which Iori is basically like Sumugi's right-hand man. He's like pretty much helping managing
He's like
Idol 7.
secretly helping.
He doesn't want anyone to know, which is why they are constantly talking to each other all the time and like kind of giving their opinions and their thoughts like to one another and like bouncing back and forth between like their thoughts and what they think is best and what they should do. So it's really nice because they kind of like balance each other out.
And the other thing I like about Idolish 7 that other series doesn't do is we also see like some people like becoming fans of them, and we like follow the fans a little bit. You have all
Being
these
a
like
fan.
different stories of like these different fans like discovering them and becoming fans of them. So like you have this one little girl who like really just like thinks they're really cool, and she kind of like is always like, oh, if they're on TV, I'm totally gonna watch it.
Yeah, and then you have like this older girl that's like really obsessed with them. She's like, I love her. She's so funny.
Yeah.
Where like she hears someone talking about English 7, she's like, "Do y'all want to go because this is happening?" It's like, oh my god, she probably has a lot of friends in the fandom.
But I like that. I like that you get to see like fans and like cuz they also, have to like defend Idolish 7 when they do fail cuz there's a moment when they do like a performance on TV and it doesn't go well at all. It's not a good performance and like people at home are like, that wasn't very good or like they don't look like they know what they're doing. And like the ones that are like the hardcore fans are like, "No, they're trying their best. Like I know they're really good." Like I forget who it is. Is it the little girl's mom or like her older sister saying like they're not very good? Why do you like them?
Yeah, it was the mom. She's like, I don't really see it. And she's like, no,
She's
like,
like, "No, they're really good."
which made me so
I
sad because
know.
that whole concert, basically the way that this whole thing started with that concert is because Riku was like gonna have like his asthma attack.
Oh yeah, Riku is sickly. He has really bad asthma. He can't breathe out
Yeah.
after performances. Like he needs like a nebulizer, like a mask to be put on if he's like overworked too much. Like he like legit like can't breathe at all. It's really kind of scary.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like when he gets his like asthma attacks. I'm always like, oh my god, like help! Someone help!
But yeah, that's how it happens because of his asthma attack, and Iori notices, which then causes like him not to focus where he messes up. It ends up messing everyone else up. That's kind of how it snowballs down, and it's so sad. And then poor Iori, like that was a good lesson for him to learn though that he doesn't really always have to be perfect. Like there's always gonna be setbacks. Like everyone's gonna make mistakes. Poor Iori. Like I felt so bad. Like we see him crying, and I was like,
I know.
no, my baby boy. It's because he was so worried for Riku and his like health. Because he's like, well, shit. Like, what do we do if like he really does have an asthma attack? Because they got to be prepared for that. And the first few episodes, Riku does try to hide it. Because like those first few episodes, you see him like breathing really hard, and man, that hurt seeing it like again, like when we were rewatching it,
Mm-hmm.
because you know like his condition, and you're just like, oh
I
no,
know.
like
It's like,
you
oh my
see
god.
it.
Yeah.
Because when you first watch it, you're like, oh, he's just probably out of breath. No, 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 no.
No, no, like he's like full on like he's in pain.
He can't breathe.
He legitimately cannot breathe. Dude, and when his inhaler gets broken, I'm like, "Oh
Oh
fuck."
no.
Like
And
it's like the worst thing ever.
that's what causes his asthma attack. Or almost, because it almost happened. Because he sees this broken inhaler and he's
He's
just
like,
like,
"Oh
well
my god."
shit.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh my god." Like it kind of like kickstarts almost. And the reason why that's really important is because Riku is the center for Idolish 7. So he's always the in the middle.
Basically moving around, having all this energy, and he has to talk and like do this
Yeah,
other stuff.
he's the like one who's always going like extra miles for the group cuz he's always the one that like talks for the group. He like gets the crowd going. He's always the first one to like say something, and he's always front and center in like every dance, music video, performance,
Hmm.
interview, everything. So like if he's missing or like if something's going on like he's having an asthma attack on stage or something, it's going to be really noticeable. We always have to give the sunshine ones like a
Something.
fucking traumatic problem or some bullshit.
The poor baby boy, like in the first few episodes, he thought that this was gonna be like something that was gonna take him out of the group, but then Sumiki's like, should have told me this was when we could have prepped and like worked around it, man. But yeah, they work around our sweet baby boy's condition.
Cuz he's also like very insistent of like no, I can keep going, like don't worry about me, like I'm fine.
And Ira does describe this as like basically Riku is like a bomb.
Yeah.
Where if he like sets off, then that's it for them. And I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Nope.
Because Idolish 7 would not be Idolish 7 without Riku, especially because they do say that he's like the one with the energy and like he helps everyone like smile and stuff and brightens up everyone's day.
And he's
And,
like easily recognizable, I feel like, which is
and they,
also why he's the center cuz it's like I feel like when people think Idolish 7 in the show, they're like, "Oh, they think of Riku first and foremost."
yeah, and they always like every character always says like, "Oh man, you have like the best voice out of all of us."
Yeah, which is why I feel like in their group songs he gets a lot of the like solo parts because he has the best voice.
Yeah, that setback with the concert, but they bounce back up
Yeah, they bounce back up.
afterwards.
They're gonna have a. Well, we haven't talked about this yet. They're gonna have a debut song written by like one of the. Okay, so there's this idol in the universe for Idolish 7 called Zero. He was like the biggest idol ever, and he's like gone now. Like he retired or some shit,
No one
disappeared.
knows.
No one knows where he is. But Nagi is a really big fan of Zero, and he also knows like Zero's composer, like the guy who wrote all the songs. He gets lyrics for one of the songs and stuff, and this is gonna be like their debut song. Like this is gonna be their #1 debut single hit.
Yeah, basically all the songs that they have are from Zero's composer, which you don't even find out that it was Nagi sending in those songs.
Till like way later.
Yeah, he basically admits like, yeah, I'm the one that's been sending the songs to you
Because
guys.
I'm friends with him.
Yeah, but he doesn't even know where the composer went because he basically like left the songs and just left.
Yeah.
I think Nagi was saying how the composer was like not doing so well either, like health wise, so he's a little bit worried.
But they're gonna have their big debut song. It's like a summer song, and the song gets stolen, and it gets put in the hands of rival studio or rival agency for Trigger. They record their own version, and that version of the song comes out literally like 5 seconds before Idolish 7 is gonna start singing their version of like the song at like
Yeah.
an outdoor concert. And as soon as they hear there's a Trigger version, everyone's like, "Holy shit!" They all look at the screen because it comes with a music video.
Like everyone that was in the crowd watching them like perform this, they were like, "Wait, what's going on? Like this is a little fishy." I'm like, "Oh no!" Like I can't watch that part, man.
Me too. Like when I rewatched it, I was like, secondhand embarrassment right there. I was like, "Oh no."
I hated that. Like they had like obviously no fault in that. Technically, this is all Gaku's dad's. fault.
Yeah,
Had he not pressured the poor composer guy, this none of this bullshit would have happened.
yeah. But also, that guy didn't have to go to Idolish7's agency and break in and steal the shit. But eventually, Trigger does find out that the song was stolen from Idolish7, and they feel really bad once they
Mm-hmm.
know it's stolen.
I'm like,
Because
no.
it becomes a really big hit for Trigger.
Hmm. But they feel bad because after they know that it's stolen,
Well,
they
it's like
can't
it's
sing
not
it.
really, yeah, it's like not really our song. It was their song first, and we stole it from them. That would have been their big debut song. Well, I feel like that's another reason why they only make Tamaki and Sogo debut first as mezzo. They feel like Idolish7 as a group isn't ready to debut, so they make Tamaki and Sogo debut because they're like the most like popular
Do out of
boys
the
out
group.
of the group statistically and like based off of like what all the fans are saying and stuff.
And it doesn't help that Gaku's dad was like hunting them down and like being like, "Hey, I'll get you guys your debut if you guys come with me." Blah blah. Because he's trying to like destroy Idolish 7. Like, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you got rivals coming in,
Yeah.
the other agency always has to be run by like some asshole who always has to be somebody's dad. I'm looking also at you, Utapri. God damn it. That's always how it is.
At least with
At
Uta
least with
pre-wise.
Utapri and Idol7.
But yeah, the dad's a
um,
fucking asshole,
yeah.
and like even Sumugi's dad knows how he's gonna work, and it's also the reason why he ends up putting Mezzo out for debut
Yeah.
because he's like, well, if he sees potential, and if you guys don't take his offer, he's gonna destroy you to the ground where you cannot like be an idol anymore. So he like does it also to protect them.
Even though like they're all kind of like, well, that's not fair. Like we wanted to debut as a group as Idol7, but then they also tell Tamaki and Soko, yeah, but you guys can like pave the way for our group to become a group.
And while
So they
that's
do it.
happening, Yamato's also getting offers for acting.
You get to see him be in a drama series where he gets killed.
And even him, he's like super stubborn. He's just like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, acting's not my thing. I'm terrible. And he's not. He's like,
He's like really good.
he's like really, really good. And he's being super secretive, which I don't know how I missed this the whole entire like season when I first watched it. And the second time I'm like, oh man, like they're really like foreshadowing and dropping a lot of hints regarding Yamato and his past. You just have to really look for it. They mention it throughout the whole entire season, and I was like, how did I not notice that my first time around? Like it just flew past by me, like went through one ear and out the other.
Yeah, like he knows more people than he says he knows.
Because even Nagi, when he's doing when Yamato's doing like one of the dramas, he's like, wait, that expression looks familiar. And I was like, oh shit. Because they're
Yeah.
basically hinting like a lot that Yamato has ties with like the acting industry, like with his parents.
Yeah, like he's the son of like somebody who was famous or something, like
Yeah, and they do
some
mention
like
like,
people who were recognizable in the acting world. So it's
yeah.
like Yamato probably like isn't his actual real name. Like he could probably like be like he's somebody's kid and he
Mm-hmm.
maybe he was like a child actor or something. I don't know. This is just all speculation, but something happened in his past to where he's probably like changed his name and is trying to like distance himself from that world, but he kind of can't. Cause I mean, to be an idol, you kind of have to like do everything. So he kind of has to might as well. Maybe they won't recognize me or something. But yeah, when Nagi does mention that, cause Nagi's really familiar with a bunch of stuff. Because doesn't he say his mom was like a fan of like the Japanese acting world and shit like that? Yeah, so like he's familiar. That's why he recognizes like you said that expression or whatever. Like that
Mm-hmm.
looks familiar. I remember seeing that in my mom's collection or something. Like he reminds me of somebody, some old actor guy or something.
It was during the camping episode when they mentioned this.
Yeah.
And they do drop a name for a guy. And Samuki's like, oh, it was so romantic that, he fell in love with, like, this girl and blah, blah. Like, I can't remember, like, the full story about it. And Yamato's listening to the whole thing, and he makes no comment. And he's acting kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, if you're really looking at him while, like, Nagi and Sumugi are, like, going back and forth, like, excitedly talking about this, but, like, he doesn't, like, really make a comment. I'm like, okay, that's a little, like,
It's a little sus.
yeah. And they make comments like that throughout the whole entire series. They drop so many hints of like his past, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, that's all speculation. That could be like his backstory. He's the son of
Hmm.
somebody, or maybe he used to be some famous actor and then like I don't know,
Because this is what
got
I
into
think,
some
based on
trouble.
the clues that they like dropped in season one. It's basically the whole thing with revenge. I think he wants to get revenge to his dad because remember when those articles were floating around like towards the end of Idolish 7 where like these rumors start going around about the boys. They start digging up dirt thanks to again Kaku's dad because he's trying to ruin Idolish 7. There was like something written about Yamato saying that he was like the illegitimate son of like some actor or whatever, and he like tries to deny. He's like, no, 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 that's lies. I'm like, but is it really? Because it also ties into what Sumugi was saying earlier. And I'm like, okay, so that probably means he probably took like his mom's last name.
Like he is the illegitimate son of that actor.
And he probably like for whatever reason, the dad like just completely denied Yamato and his mom for whatever reason it was. We don't know exactly what that reason is, but he's like shunned them. So now he has
Pretend
to
like
get
they
back.
don't exist.
He's not allowed to be like around them and stuff like that, obviously. From what I can tell, also, is like I think those glasses are also for show.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't actually need them, but also you need a glasses character, so
Because no one's seen him without his glasses.
yeah.
Nagi in season 2 also asked him like, "Hey, take them off for a second." He's like, "Why? Like, dude, why do you gotta like
Yeah,
divert the
it's a little
question?"
suspect. Like, why don't you just take him off? Because
Yeah,
maybe he looks way too much like his dad
yeah. I
without
think
them
he just
on.
doesn't. I think he just doesn't want to be like connected to his dad in that way either. And then like obviously his dad probably doesn't want any connections with him, so that's probably like an agreement, maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Or maybe his dad doesn't even know
Who knows?
he
But
exists. Like maybe he wouldn't know him if he recognized him. You know what I mean? Like maybe the dad left as soon as he realized, "Oh shit, I got this girl pregnant."
yeah, because it sounds like the
Bye.
dad knows about, based on that article with the rumors, that the dad does know about him, but
Yeah.
he kind of shunned him for whatever reason. Reasons we do not know. And maybe we'll find out in season 2, I'm hoping, whenever it's back.
Yeah.
But that is what I think, is that he just wants revenge on his dad, and that's why he was so like, nah, I don't want anything to do with the acting business, and I want to stay away. And it's also why he's so good at it, because of his father.
It's just like a natural thing.
It probably runs in the family.
Well, and that's also probably a reason why he's like, I don't like celebrities. I don't like how they
Mhm.
treat other people. I just like he really does not like the celebrity life slash stigma.
So that's what we think. Well, I think anyway.
You know, I think that's a pretty legitimate argument. I think that's probably what it is. Like based off of the evidence you've given, I think that's probably what the story is going to turn out to be.
Like I promise y'all, like if y'all rewatch this series and you look for it, like they're there. The hints are there.
Yeah.
Again, when they mentioned all those articles with the rumors of like everybody, they're digging up so much dirt and like twisting everyone's words. That was a sad episode, man.
Yeah.
It was a whole disaster, man, between Idolish 7. Like they weren't even like connected as a group anymore. They just weren't in sync, which was sad. And like that girl again, she like notices she's like, why do they seem kind of off? And it's because of all these stupid rumors. And like they don't even like confront each other or talk about it because they're so busy at that point. Once you get to that episode, they have like all these jobs and they don't even see each other. And Nagi is getting sad because he's like, we don't see each other anymore. We don't talk about anything like we used to, and we used to hang out like here in the living area, and now it's different. I'm like, that's so sad. Like they kind of lost their way
They kind of just like go through the daily motions of everything, but they're not really like enjoying what they're doing.
to the point where Sumugi's dad's just like, you know what? You guys are disbanded.
Which brings us to like another big thing in terms of like what goes on in the story, because my boy Tamaki, man, they gotta just fuck with him the whole time. When these rumors and stuff happen, they learn that Tamaki is like separated from his like sister. He has a
Yeah.
younger sister, and they were like basically like orphans living in like an orphanage basically, and they got separated. So his sister is being raised by like other people, and he hasn't seen her in like I don't even know how long. And he's basically trying to find her.
And he can't find her just because the people who adopted her like ran away basically because they were trying to run away from like some, I think, debt or something. I don't know exactly.
Some bullshit thing like that.
Some rich people thing basically.
Yeah. And so people take advantage of that because they want to be famous, because they think he's gonna like give them money and pay them a bunch of money just because he's like an idol and stuff,
Which is sad.
which
And
is really
Toga
sad.
does mention, like, before everything happens, he's like, are you sure you want to mention that this is why you want to be an idol? to look for your sister because like Sogo knew that they were gonna twist it and like make a whole shit show out of this eventually, and that's basically what happens. The articles were even saying that he wasn't like being for real about the whole sister thing. That was just some made up story. And I'm like, no, he does have a sister and he does want to look for her. Like these rumors are so bullshit, man. And then that stupid TV show that he agreed to do.
Yeah, that was a bad decision on his part, but I also understand
Mhm.
why he agreed to it because he's desperate. Like all the time, like every time somebody tries to like help him, he always finds out that it's like for malicious reasons because they just want money. Like I said, they want money out of him, and once like he basically like is like, well, I can't. I'm not gonna give you money. Like just
Money or fame, that's basically all they want.
then everything always like falls apart to the point where they're like, oh, we have your dad here.
He doesn't give a shit about the dad, and the dad doesn't really care about them at all.
Yeah, which is why they're basically orphans technically. Like they're technically not because the dad's still alive.
The dad wanted nothing to
Yeah,
do with them.
I mean Tomki doesn't want anything to do with the dad at this point either. So
Mhm. But the fact that this bullshit of a dad showed up at the TV station just to like, I'm sure he wanted money, like you said, and then also to like be famous.
well,
Like,
yeah, because
oh,
it's like well, yeah, it's one of those things where like once the parent kind of learns like, oh, my child is famous, oh, I wanted to have everything to do with them. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, I've been looking for you this whole time, son, and it's just like, no, you haven't. Like, you want to take advantage of him because he has money and you're probably struggling yourself to make money right now. Like, why you gotta do that to my boy? He's just a sweet guy. Like he just legit wants to find his sister. That's really like the only reason. Like, and they gotta fuck with him. My boy just wants to find his sister and eat fucking pudding all the time. Like that. Like, is that so hard to ask? So hard to do?
apparently.
That part always makes me very sad. I don't like watching that episode when he goes on that show. In terms of the show, canon wise, like he's like the most popular out
Him
of
and
all of
Sogo are
them.
like
They're
the
like
popular
they're like
ones.
the popular ones.
We did see all those prints of them at Anime Expo, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't like the group or other boys, it was literally
It
just
was
Sogo and
mostly just
Tatsuki.
Sogo and Tamaki a lot of the time.
That was wild seeing all that, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like out of all the stuff that was like Idolish 7 related, there's a lot of just Sogo and Tamaki. Which I'm not
Yeah.
complaining or anything. It's just like, dang.
Y'all really sheep these two
Yeah, like people
together.
really ship them, I think. And I mean, I can see why. They have a lot of scenes together in the anime, especially when they're like peeling potatoes and stuff, and Soko goes
Hmm.
fucking crazy. And
Yeah.
Tamaki's like, "Oh my god, like I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you."
Then Sogo's like always taking care of Tamaki,
Yeah.
getting him to do like everything to the point where this poor baby boy gets overworked and he finds out that the reason why they didn't get their show that they were supposed to in this season was thanks to his dad because he's one of the sponsors,
Yeah.
which is another bullshit thing that happens.
It's always the dads causing trouble.
Basically.
Basically, this show is just like all the dads in this show, except for Samui's dad, are shit, basically.
Everybody's got daddy issues. Basically. Pretty much this whole season it was just basically kind of developing Idolish 7 and like a lot of character development for some of the boys.
Yeah, it's really not until you get to like the vibrato episodes that you kind of see more like their like daily
Shenanigans.
shenanigans, daily life.
Because the Roboto episodes, you get like 2 episodes focusing on Trigger and how they came to be a group.
Yeah,
like,
how they became a group, which was really interesting. I really liked those episodes a lot.
and then Ryu has his Okinawa dialect.
I know.
It's so cute.
I know.
Because
He
even
talks
there's
all.
like this moment where he's just like, how do I say this in traditional Japanese?
Yeah, how do I
Like,
say
it's
this,
so
like-
cute. But yeah, it's just basically them getting to know each other and stuff, which is really, really cute.
And to see that like they're also a group that cares about each other. It's just
Mhm.
they kind of do it in a different way. They
Yeah.
express themselves differently, but like they're all three of them are there for the group and for each other. Like even even though he's a fucking asshole, he cares about the
Yeah.
group.
And then we do get to see Rivale for 2 seconds and then
2
that's
seconds, yeah. Which when I saw that, I was like, oh my god. So we were kind of introduced to Rivale before.
Because they do
Not
make an
really.
appearance in season 1, but you just see a glimpse
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Yeah, you don't really like.
They don't have like any interaction. Like they drop their name like here and there, but then that's
Yeah.
it. And like the next episodes for Vibrato is basically focusing on like what happened between Yamato Nagi and Tamaki when they relate to the concert because it's funny because like when you first watch the first season, Tamaki's like, "Oh, this and this happened," and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you're like, okay, yeah, sure.
But then you see it and you're like, "Oh shit, that
Like
actually did
it really
happen."
did happen.
Those episodes were wild.
Those were crazy. Yeah, I know like Nagi like being mistaken for like a guy with a bomb. Like he's supposed to be like the guy that drops it off, and then like Tamaki actually like picks up the actual bomb. But also like Nagi knows how to like fight like hand to hand combat, and like
Hmm.
he knows how to like wield a gun and shit. Like I was just like I did not expect that to happen in
Me
Idolish
neither.
7.
And even like the people that were doing all the shit, were like, oh, "You're that guy. You're that like."
That guy we've heard about, and then they never like say anything. So even Nagi has like crazy backstory.
Yeah, he has his secrets. And then like the next few episodes are basically just Idolish7 hanging out with each other and it's cute. And then the last few episodes basically focus on Trigger trying to sing the song that they stole.
Which was really hard to kind of watch, honestly.
Yeah, that was really hard because like, Idolish7 they can't do anything about it. Like what's done is done. But they can't just let the song go to waste either. Like it's a tough situation to be in. But in the end, everyone gets a happy ending and they sing it together like
I know,
three
which,
times.
yeah, I know, I know when that happened, I was like, again?
They're like, let's sing it again.
You're
I'm
gonna
like,
sing it
oh my
again?
lord.
And then they're like, we're gonna sing it a third time, but together. I was like, okay, if you guys are gonna sing the song, you should sing it together. So when that happened, I was like, okay, they're gonna sing it together. But then I'm like, okay, it was like the third time you've sung it.
Like, y'all have other songs.
Like, yeah, I'm like, so you're only gonna sing that song 3 times and that's it? That's the whole performance?
That's it.
Because I was like, dude, if I was there, I'd be kind of pissed. I'd be like, really, you're gonna sing this song again?
I'd never want to hear that song ever
Yeah,
again.
me neither. Like, I didn't come to this concert just to hear one song from each group.
Right?
I thought they'd get like a set each, like a set list, like a cup, 3 or 4 songs maybe.
But nope, they just get one song and
One
then that's
song.
it.
Like, okay, now you love that song. Okay, you can hear Idolish 7's version. Go, and then they start singing again. Like, oh my god! And it's like, all right, let's sing it one more time. And they sing it together. I'm like, oh my god! But at least in the vibrato, like in the end, when it's like showing the credits and stuff, it looks like they're all having fun with each other. Even Ten is having fun with Riku. So
I know, it's so cute. I do like that at the end of season 1, they're like a lot more closer together.
yeah,
They're not just like, well, they are rivals, but they also have like this nice little friendship together, which is
yeah.
cute.
Which hopefully, like, by the end of like the actual series, like they'll be fine with like saying like that's my brother instead of like, oh, I have to call you Kujo-san instead of Tenny, because I
Yeah,
love when
just
he calls him Tenny. It's so cute.
I know, it's so
Like, just let
cute.
him fucking call you that bitch. I guess to like move on. The end of season 1, they and at the end of vibrato, like they're established as an idol group,
Which
and
it
then
doesn't really take them that long, like to see like the whole
yeah.
process. Like you would
Well,
think it would take from like the first episode all the way to like the very last episode where they debut. And like no, they don't drag it out.
well, they make their own little web show, which is really cute.
I like the little web show. It's so
Me too,
cute because
because
they're like it's all like a big disaster, but it's like so much fun to watch though.
yeah, like that would be a YouTube I would totally watch.
I know. Like I'm glad that they're doing those little YouTube videos now.
Yeah.
The rabbit too, those are so cute. I haven't seen all of them. I only seen the Iori one because like yeah, Iori's my fave. Because I know they release them on for their birthdays. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen them. Have you seen them? They're cute.
No, I haven't seen them. You'll have to link me.
I will, because they're like really, really cute. Because like from what I remember with Iori's, it's like him doing like these little random challenges, and then like he does like that stupid like viral video where they had to stick your hand in the box and see try to figure out what it is.
Oh man, I don't like that stuff. I wouldn't want to touch something I don't want to touch. Can we talk about the OP and the ED for the first season? Because I love them.
Me too. I like how it changes when the whole thing with the rumors going around, all that dirt. But I do like that the OP changes and they're all like sad. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like,
And I like that it's like it's like the music video for
hmm
that song. Like that's why it's those like weird 3D persona models. That's what I like to call them. They look like persona models. If you know what I mean, you know how like persona characters like they're like 3D but also 2D and they like move a certain way. That's how I like equate it. But I like it and I like the song. I like the song a lot. I love the costumes.
They're so nice. Like it's just basically them dancing at the airport.
Which I'm like, okay, did they hire this airport? Like,
Like
did they
even the
close it
guy
down?
like
I know, I love
secretly
that.
down.
I love that guy. I'm like, that's me. That's me dancing. That's like how I dance every time I listen to it and watch
There's
the
like this
video.
random little guy like with the where he's like trying to signal the plane to come in.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just like
like why is that guy there?
like that
The
is like the most randomest thing ever.
the
But
one lucky guy that like got to work that day, like while they're filming this video. Because my thing is like, so did they close this entire airport and like make it stop running for a full day to shoot? Like, how did that? That had to have impacted the economy?
it was a good OP
It's a
though.
good OP. I love that song a lot.
It is such a fun, happy song. I mean, besides that one episode where it like goes sad,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's a good OP. I really like it. And I like the ending to the Trigger song,
hmm
Heavenly Visitor. That one's good.
That one's good, and I do like that they insert the mezzo song in there too. Like when it's basically the mezzo centered episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a good one too. Because
All
then you get like this really pretty visuals of both Tamaki and Sogo.
yeah. All the songs in Idolish 7 are really good.
They're really good. I think I haven't listened to all of like Idolish 7's like as in like their group, but I've listened to most of the Trigger songs because I think they're the better one in my opinion. I like their songs a little, just a teensy bit better. And then I did listen to Rivale, however the fuck you pronounce it.
Anybody. So they
Yeah,
say anybody.
Rivale.
Rivale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like their songs too. Again, you can listen to all the songs on Spotify. I think we can get to the questions now because we have
Ooh.
questions this time. Yay! So, Chantal, go ahead, read the questions and we'll answer them.
Okay, the first one that pops up is Dylan, so we're gonna go with Dylan.
Oh man. Oh god, this question made me laugh.
I know, me too.
Thank you, Dylan.
Dude, I was cooking when I saw his questions pop up, and I was just like, what's happening right now? But he has several questions, so we'll go with the first one.
We'll just take each question at a time.
Mhm. If you dumped pudding down the drain, how scared would you be?
Pretty scared because I'm pretty sure that would clog the drain.
I would be screaming my head off because, like, that's a waste of pudding, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a waste of
Tamaki
pudding.
would probably come busting through my door
True,
and be like, what the fuck?
but also I don't want to clog the drain, so I wouldn't do it. I'd much rather just eat it.
Because the pudding basically looks like it's basically flan.
Yeah,
So,
Japanese pudding like that always just looks like flan, so it's just like okay.
based on the ingredients that they use, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
So,
it's the same shit.
yeah. The next one is how many pudding cups can you eat in one sitting?
Probably only a couple. Honestly, I feel like I'd feel a little sick after eating like one or two.
For me, I mean, I could eat a whole plate of flan to myself, like a big ass
Oh
plate.
my god.
So
Okay,
I can probably keep going.
okay, if it's like a plate of flan, I probably would like eat like half of it.
I can eat the whole entire serving, man.
But if
Like,
it's like a little jar, like the little jars that Tamaki eats out of, like the little glass jars, I probably could eat like a couple of those.
and probably like eat 10, just like as much as Tamaki eats, man.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to like eat too much because then I would just feel sick.
I love flan, and if it's basically, like I said, same ingredients, so I'm pretty sure I would like pudding.
I like flan, but honestly, out of like Mexican dessert and stuff, I would much rather eat a whole tres leches cake.
Oh man,
Cause
tres
I,
leches is not my
cause
favorite.
no, dude, I fucking love tres leches. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I fucking love it. I don't know why. I like that it's really moist. I really like when cake is like that. So bring it on, man. Bring me the cake. Bring me the tres leches cake. Like that shit's so good.
Because I swear to God, like every party that I have or like my family has, it's always fucking tres leches, and that's probably why.
That's probably why you don't like it. In terms of like the pudding, I don't know, maybe if like Tamaki gave me one and was like, here, eat this with me, I would eat it, but I wouldn't
What if
go
he
out
told
of
you
my
to?
way to eat it.
What if he told you to eat 10 of them with him?
I'd be like, you know what, you can just have the rest. I don't think I'm gonna eat 10.
Oh man,
It's not a,
Tamaki would have to fight
I'd
me
be
for the
like, this
pudding.
isn't a
Honestly,
competition.
we'd be fighting, man. That's what's gonna happen between me and Tamaki. Let's see. The next one that he has for us is: do you think King Pudding sits on a throne or a pudding cup?
Tamaki's bed. His little plushy thing. So I say neither.
I say a pudding cup because I mean, the pudding cup can easily become a throne too, you know.
Yeah, you just make a throne out of it. Or he would just like sit inside of it.
And then the last one he has for us is if Tamaki called you pudding, would you be scared of him eating you or excited?
I would be excited.
Well, can I eat myself before he eats me?
Okay, if he was of age, 18 years old, because he's 17, again, just to reiterate, he's not an adult. If aged up, if he was 18 or older, and he called me pudding, I would be very excited, because that means he's gonna eat me, but I would assume in a not like an actual eating way. That's all I'm gonna say. So I wouldn't be scared. I would be excited.
I would be scared because I'll be like, I would rather eat myself. Like if I made a pudding.
I mean, if I was actually made of pudding, then yes, I would be scared because he's gonna eat
Mm-hmm.
me. Like, actually eat me because I'm made out of pudding, but I think it's a cute nickname.
It is a cute nickname. I feel like he would.
He would, if he, yeah, he would totally call his significant other pudding, most likely, because it's something he likes. Well, thank you for those questions, Dylan.
Yes,
Those
thank
made me,
you.
like, crack up so hard when I saw
I
them. I was like,
know.
oh my god, what the fuck? What are these questions?
Let's see. The next one that I see is from Shanna, and she says she has several, which
Because
we'll go.
if you guys know, Shanna, who's our Twitter friend, she loves Idolish7.
Mm-hmm.
So when she found out we were doing Idolish7, I know she was like probably thinking up like a million questions to ask. Okay, anyways, read the questions. Let's go.
All
Thank you for your
right.
questions, Shanna.
Which character do you feel is the most underrated? Mitsuki. No, Nagi, because of all the shit that we saw at AX that was like all his merch.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. Nagi. Yeah,
I was so surprised.
there was so much Nagi stuff like still there.
Like
Like in
all
the little
there was
bins.
literally like no other boys except for Nagi. All his merch was like there. It was I've never seen so much yellow in my life,
I know. I'm
TBH.
like, "Oh my god. Y'all are
And I was
sleeping on
like,
Nagi."
I think that's when we really realized just like that not a lot of people really like Nagi. Or maybe he's just not like their number one fave, which makes me sad because he's such a good boy.
He's the fucking he's the comic relief. I love him.
I know, I love him too. He's
Like
such a good character,
I
man.
always just love like hearing what he has to say in the show. Like
Hmm.
I feel like Nagi's an underrated character, and then I feel like honestly I feel like Samuki's an underrated character.
Yeah, because a lot of people like I haven't seen it, but from what I've been seeing based on the last episode, people like to like bring her down for whatever reason. But I'm like, she's such a good protagonist. She helps out the boys. She knows like their charms. She knows like
She
what makes them so
she's
special.
really observant and she takes all those observations and like comes up with ideas on how to like sell the group with their qualities. And
Yeah.
she's really smart. Like this is her first like she's, she's very relatable. This is her first ever job. Like she just graduated from like college and like this is her first job
Yeah,
and she's
and
trying
Iori
her
does
best.
praise her that her stage direction is really good too. Like it's impressive. So, yeah, she's a good character. She literally told the boys to shut the fuck up and get in the car when they were all arguing.
Yep. She's not afraid to like get serious with them. I'm trying to think who else is like underrated in this show like
I feel like Mitsuki would be like we see
yeah.
that in the show a
Yeah.
lot because like when they were like ranking the characters or whatever with the website,
Oh yeah, he's like the
they noticed that he's like
lowest.
the lowest one. I'm like that makes me kind of sad
I know.
though.
I'm like, what? Like, why do you guys have to like do it like a popularity thing like that? Like, someone has to be at the bottom.
Yeah, because they were saying how Yamato and Nagi were like neck and neck, but then you have like Mitsuki like at the bottom. I'm like, no, I don't like that.
I know.
But in real life, I don't know. Because I feel like there's a lot of Mitsuki stands.
It's because he's small and cute,
He is very cute
and
though.
people like his Seiyu.
I feel like maybe Iori might be. Just because I don't really see a lot of people talk about him, but I could be totally wrong. Because like for me personally, I'm not like way deep into the Idolish 7 fandom, so I have no idea.
I'm not either, so I'm gonna go with those three characters.
Moving on to the next one, which is are there any characters you like more after watching Vibrato than you did at the end of season 1?
I guess Ryunosuke.
Yeah, they give him a lot more
They gave him a
like
lot more like backstory and like
more time to shine.
we got more time with him. Yeah. Like I always thought he was cool, like in season 1 because I'm like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. But now that like we kind of know the reason why he's like doing everything, I'm like, I appreciate that. I support that.
You were able to get to know him a little bit better in the Vibrato.
Yeah, Nagi especially also Duh.
Hmm.
That show was hilarious. But I already liked him.
Yeah, we
Tamaki
already like Nagi.
Tamaki too though. Like they're just cemented cuz like he's so silly too. Like he's always like, "Oh, like when he's chilling there with like the bomb on his back and he's just like, "Can I move now? Like can I like do something?" When he's like, "Maybe maybe people will be happy if I do a backflip."
Oh my god.
I like lost it. I was like laughing so hard there. Like, "Oh my god."
Especially when he got the Kokona
Yeah.
plushie. That
Yeah,
was so
see,
cute.
like I said earlier, like you can tell Tamaki really observes like what everybody says
He really does
because
care about
he
everybody.
really cares about everybody because he even mentions to Iori, he's like, "Yeah, but Nagi's always like really worried about everything. He just wanted us to like hang out. So I think we should get him this toy
Make him happy.
to
I'm
make
like,
him
oh,
not sad anymore." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so nice of you,
that's
Tamaki."
so sweet. Like he spent all his
He
money just
spent
to
all
get
his
him
money
this.
trying to get that fucking toy. He's a
Yeah,
good
it made
boy.
me appreciate Tamaki a lot more for sure. All right.
Yeah,
And the
he's
last question that she's got is what are you expecting from season two?
sadness.
A lot of the people that played the game have hinted that this is going to be really, really sad.
I know. So I'm already expecting that because we know quite a few people who play the game. So they're always like,
Hmm.
"Oh, you anime only people are in for a treat," and it's just like, "Oh wow, I get,
Yeah.
bring out the waterworks." But also just like from because we got the first episode like months and months ago, with the things happening in the first episode, like the changes they've made and stuff. I'm already expecting some bullshit to go down regarding that, and then Riku, spoilers, Riku gets a massive asthma attack in one of these season 2 episodes, which was really very hard to watch.
It
I
was.
was like, "Oh my god, like please, you need to take the fucking shit. Like put that shit on your face, Riku."
He was willing to risk his health, and I'm like,
I'm like,
no, don't
"No.
do it.
Honey, stop, honey. Like please, baby, Riku, put that shit on your face and just like let them take care of you."
Like, Chotomate, man.
Yeah, Choto
Oh my god.
Choto a minute, Riku.
Like, please.
Mate. Wait, stop.
Oh man, but they're definitely gonna focus a lot on Riku from what I can
I
tell.
know. I'm not ready for that because I feel like I'm gonna cry.
I
Some
know.
bullshit's gonna happen. Is gonna make me upset.
Then Iori's gonna be the center, so how is that gonna go? Like,
I don't
with...
fucking know, man.
and then I'm hoping we get to see more of Rivali because we just saw him for that one episode.
I know, and I really liked them a lot.
I know, me too. So I have a feeling we'll probably get to know more of Rivale. We'll probably know more of Yamato's backstory. Like at this
Cause
point, I
even,
feel like we do know,
cause even then, like Yuki kind
but
of mentioned something about it.
yeah. And then I feel like we'll finally find out more about Bandri just because
Yeah.
of the way that they foreshadowed stuff in the first episode. And I unfortunately have seen some images regarding Bandri and Yuki. I will not say what those are here, but I have seen things. And I'm like, well, fuck me, man. Because I swear to God, after I posted my first video of me talking about Idolish7 for the second season, that's when they started showing up like all these screenshots and spoilers of what's gonna happen in season 2. I was like, God fucking damn it. Can't escape spoilers.
True.
We'll definitely get to explore more of Ten and Kujo's stuff from what it looks like based on the second episode. Because, like, why would the fuck would you introduce Kujo? And then towards, like, the very last second of the last episode of season 1. Like, we don't see him, but Ten mentions him. He's like, why are you here? Since season 1 also ended with Tamaki's sister. I feel
Yeah.
like we'll get to that in season 2.
Yeah, because even like when they show her, she's like, "Oh, my brother."
Yeah, because, like, why show that towards the end if you're not gonna focus that in the next season?
Yeah.
That's where I think we'll focus that with
Yeah.
season 2.
Me too. Sadness all around.
And then our last question comes from Allison, which she says, who is cooler, Momo or Yuki?
I think they're both cool.
I'm gonna go with Momo because I would die for the sweet baby peach boy.
Yuki, I'm more geared towards Yuki. He's got the long silvery hair, man. That's one of my like
Mm.
weaknesses.
If you guys don't already know Mia, then you know
That's
that's her
my
biggest
that's
weakness.
one of my biggest weaknesses. They have long silvery hair. I'm gonna like them. I like both of them, but in terms of like cooler, like a cooler, more chill attitude, Yuki's got a like more chill attitude. Also, that moment between him and Tamaki in the episode in season 2, oh my god, that was the best. But Momo's really cute.
He's so cute. I did not expect for me to really like him as much as I do, but man, he's running for one of my faves, like my top faves. And that's all of our questions, you guys. So thank
Yay!
you
Yes, thank
for
you for asking questions,
Mhm.
guys.
Those are some fun questions to answer.
They were really good questions. I guess that's all we have to say about Idolish 7. I wish we could play the game, but
We
I would
cannot.
much rather play it if it was localized in English.
Me too. So hopefully, maybe eventually we'll get it. I mean, maybe since the entire song list of like all the groups are up on Spotify.
Yeah. And now that the vibrato episodes are free,
So here's to hoping.
and the music's really good, the music videos are really good, the costumes are really good. Everything about Idol 7 is really good. I really
Yes.
enjoy it. Again, it's probably my second favorite Idol series, or male Idol series, after Utapri.
Yeah, it's definitely coming close to Utapri for me, man. But yeah,
I
you
mean,
guys.
we bought their photo books for fuck's sake. Now I want to go back on Amiyami and see if like the Yuki one is still available for me to order. Because if it is, I'm gonna buy it.
They're not.
They're not.
No.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna look on Mandrake.
Same. Because I want Momos and I also want Iori's.
Because I have Gaku and I have Tamaki, so I would like to get Yuki's.
I should have gotten Riku's and Iori, but I was like, no,
I should have gotten Riku's too. God damn it.
I'll just stick with my trigger boys, which I only got Ryu and Gaku. If you guys want to see that video and me
Yes.
video too,
Yeah, we made unboxing videos.
which we both got Gaku. So
Yeah, we did. And they come with big posters,
big sexy posters,
which
man.
I have not put up yet, honestly.
I have them. I'm literally looking at them right now as we're recording this.
Speak. But yeah, so we have to see if anywhere else has the photo books so we can get the other ones.
Yep.
That's all we have to say about Idolish7.
But as for next month,
I have no clue.
we have no clue. We kind of have to talk about it first before we decide on.
Yeah, before we
What
decide
we're
what's
watching.
gonna be discussed.
Mhm.
So, you guys will find out eventually.
I guess the only thing as a bonus episode that we can announce is like we'll be talking about the first core of Haikyuu. In the meantime, to tie you guys over while we think about like, what the fuck to do next.
For sure.
So check our Twitter if you guys want to know what our next pick is going to be when we decide that.
Yeah, because we'll tweet about it. Because we'll also make a post for you to reply with questions and stuff.
Yes, so please follow our Twitter.
Yes, it's in the description. Please subscribe.
And if you don't have a Twitter, just check it at least. You can still check it.
Yeah, and follow just us individually on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And subscribe.
We're always on our Twitter.
Yeah, we're always on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Our YouTube channels.
Because we make pretty good content, I think.
Me
and
too.
I was covering Idolish 7, but since it's postponed, sadly.
I know. It'll come back.
We just have to wait a little bit longer.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
But yeah, Mia will sign us off now.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you guys once again for listening to another episode of our Q for You podcast. We really appreciate asking questions and following us on Twitter and subscribing. So if you haven't already, please do so. Because it would really mean a lot to us. I mean, we just do this for fun because we like talking about stuff. But, I mean, if you guys ever want to join in on the conversation, please feel free to comment down below. And if you want to be a special guest, any one of our friends listening, don't hesitate to contact us.
And be like, hey, let me join it.
I want to talk about stuff on your show with you. I love that show or whatever. We'll be happy to talk with you. Again, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. So see you later.
Bye.
Bye.